Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so starting off, we just drop down into this cave casually. The backstory is that there's an earthquake and the kids go and investigate it. There's this fixed encounter here, I just want to run from it. If things go terribly in this fight, I'm just gonna reset. Don't worry about... never mind! I was about to say don't worry about restarting the timer, but that was pretty much perfect. So I'm gonna get a potion there in that chest, which I will use right now. And I'm gonna use it, not to necessarily heal, but to skip an encounter I would normally get on the next tile, which is used much more extensively in other categories of this game. I'm gonna get this item here, it's called a South Wind. It's a basic ice damage item, which I'm gonna use on this boss coming up. Every step you see me take here in Altar Cave is very precise and necessary to the route. So here is the land turtle, as the name is in the English translation. So I'm just gonna use that South Wind and then just keep attacking normally. Now, it's important that the first two guys don't die. If they do, that's okay, I can just revive them, but it does waste time. 36 is really bad. Yeah, the damage roll for the South Wind can be anywhere from 17 to 90. So we're gonna be here for a little longer. That was a good miss. That was not a good miss. By the way, one of the best boss themes in the entire series right here. This entire soundtrack is really great, but you don't get to hear much of it at all. Alright. And I'm just gonna talk to the crystal, because the crystal can talk apparently, and unskippable title sequence. But anyway, this is Final Fantasy III. This is the Famicom game released in 1990, almost the 80s, but not quite. This is not to be confused with the Super Nintendo game released in America as Final Fantasy III, but is actually Final Fantasy VI. This game took the job system that was originally in Final Fantasy I and really expanded upon it, allowing you to switch jobs between each of your characters, not necessarily whenever you want, but according to a system based on capacity points. And there's a whole bunch of different jobs you can pick from. You know, some are really good, some worse than others, and some are kinda just completely useless. But we won't be seeing any of that today. See that estimate there? I'm gonna pretty much demolish that estimate as well. So if 15 minutes seem too long for a JRPG, then don't worry. I just give a generous estimate just in case things go horribly wrong in that first dungeon. Because this is, at least early on, is a very RNG heavy run. So, tile sequence is almost over. And the crystal will talk to us one last time. And we're out of Altar Cave. Except we have to go back in for some cash money. Alright, now we're really out of Altar Cave. Before I enter the town, I have to pause, just nothing much. So, with all that cash money, I'm gonna go shopping, because we need some supplies for the road. And, you know, I'm a little bored, I need some entertainment, and I want to entertain the good people of Ur. So I'm gonna play the piano for them. Ooh. Oh. I did not mean to do that. Okay, you get to see the dancer. I hope that doesn't mess with the run. Okay. Alright. So you got to see a dancer. That might actually mess with the run, I don't know. But, I need to be able to defend myself in battles, so... I'm gonna buy, I think 20 shields should do it. And, I also need to, deal some damage as well, so I'm gonna get a sword, and, I think 20 daggers is more than enough. So I'm just gonna sort out my inventory some. And, this guy, he doesn't need to attack. He can just defend all the way. Alright. No more NPCs to block me here. Alright. So I'm just gonna throw a dagger. That's kinda just something you really want to do, is just throw daggers, and, you know, I kinda want this guy to attack now. Or not. Yeah, I don't know exactly what I want to do with him. He's just kinda there. Doesn't really have much of a purpose other than to just be here, or be square. I don't think he can make up his mind either. I mean, chat, what do you think you should do? Maybe, you can help him. Because I think he's just lost. He's a poor, lost soul in need of some guidance. He has the whole world ahead of him. He's just a kid after all. Doesn't know what he wants to do with his life like most kids. And... time. Okay. What actually happened there was... So again, like I said, in Alter Cave, every step in there counts towards manipulation to be able to pull this off. So once I enter Ur, I can never pronounce that town's name right, but once I enter that town, I buy 20 shields and 20 daggers. I also buy some other items just to fill up my inventory. So when I enter the battle, I constantly equip and de-equip the daggers and shields. So what happens is, when you de-equip the item, rather than going back into the stack you already have, it just goes into its own slot in the inventory. So you can keep doing this even after the inventory is full. So the game has no other option than to just put it into the next bit of memory, which is the job for the first character. So you do this and corrupt the job. It gives you a whole bunch of weird commands, most of which will just crash the game. But we can use this one to warp straight to the credits. And that's Final Fantasy III any %.